Hey anime fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into 5 anime theories that could change how you see your favorite series forever. We're talking about those what-if moments that keep you up at night. From hidden bloodlines into time-bending shenanigans you absolutely don't want to miss this. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and prepare to have your minds blown because things are about to get wild. Alright, let's kick things off with a bang and talk about everybody's favorite overpowered sensei Gojo Satoru from. We all know this guy is on a whole other level. He's got the power, the swagger, the blindfold that somehow makes him even more attractive. Seriously, what's the deal with that thing? But what if I told you that Gojo's incredible strength is more than just a random power-up? What if it's actually a family affair? That's right. We're diving headfirst into the theory that Gojo Satoru is a direct descendant of one of the most powerful sorcerers in history. Think about it. Gojo's abilities are absolutely insane, even among other special grade sorcerers. His six eyes technique, his limitless cursed energy, his ability to literally just erase cursed spirits with a flick of his wrist. This isn't just raw talent, people. This is some next level, passed down through generations kind of power. And you know what else screams ancient and powerful bloodline? Gojo's family name. The Gojo clan is shrouded in mystery, but they're known for their immense cursed energy and their influence within the Jujutsu world. It's not a stretch to think that somewhere way back in the family tree, there's a sorcerer who was even more ridiculously overpowered than Gojo himself. This theory isn't just about explaining Gojo's strength though. It also adds a whole new layer of depth to the story. Imagine the implications if Gojo is destined to fulfill some ancient prophecy, or if he's being targeted by enemies of his ancestors. Suddenly, his role in the fight against cursed spirits becomes even more significant. But even without all the answers, the theory that Gojo is descended from a long line of badass sorcerers is just too good to ignore. Alright, buckle up, because we're about to enter the world of where the twists are brutal and the theories are even wilder. Today we're tackling a theory so mind-boggling, so potentially game-changing, that it could redefine everything we thought we knew about Eren Yeager. Get ready, because we're about to ask the question, what if Eren Yeager can manipulate time? I know, it sounds crazy, but hear me out. As we journeyed deeper into the final season of, we saw Eren's powers evolve in ways we never thought possible. He's not just a Titan-shifting badass anymore. He's got the Attack Titan, the Founding Titan, and a whole bunch of other spooky abilities that would make even the most hardened soldier tremble. But the biggest clue to Eren's potential time-meddling ways comes from his ability to see glimpses of the future. Remember those cryptic flashbacks? Those flashes of events that hadn't happened yet? Yeah, those weren't just for dramatic effect. Those visions suggest a connection to time that goes way beyond anything we've seen before. Some fans believe that Eren isn't just seeing the future, he's actively shaping it. Think about it, his actions in the present seem to be directly influenced by what he's seen in these visions. Is he working towards a specific outcome, manipulating events to achieve his desired future? And if so, what is that future, and at what cost? This theory throws a massive wrench into our understanding of Eren's character. Is he the hero we thought he was, fighting for the freedom of his people? Or is he a puppet master, pulling the strings of time to orchestrate a future that might be even more terrifying than the present? The implications of this theory are absolutely mind-blowing. It could mean that everything we've seen so far has been part of Eren's grand plan. It could mean that characters we thought were lost could still be in play. And it definitely means that the line between hero and villain just got a whole lot blurrier. If Eren really is a time-manipulating mastermind, then the final chapters of are going to be absolutely insane. From the world of titans and time-bending powers, let's journey into the Taisho era with now. We all know Tanjiro Kamado is one kind-hearted, demon-slaying machine. But what if I told you his extraordinary talents might be more than just a happy accident? That's right, we're diving into the theory that suggests our boy Tanjiro might be directly related to the legendary first demon slayer himself, Yoriichi Tsugikuni. Now I know what you're thinking, but Giguk, wouldn't we know if Tanjiro was related to someone that important? Well, that's where things get interesting. You see, Yoriichi was a mysterious figure, even in his own time. He vanished from history, and his techniques were almost lost to time. But what if they weren't completely lost? What if traces of Yoriichi's legacy lived on? passed down through generations, eventually reaching our boy Tanjiro. The evidence for this theory is subtle, but it's definitely there. Both Tanjiro and Yoriichi possess incredibly rare abilities. Tanjiro's Hinokami Kagura, a powerful breathing technique passed down through his family, bears a striking resemblance to Yoriichi's own sun breathing. And let's not forget their shared connection to the Hinokami god, a deity somehow linked to the power of the sun. Coincidence? I think not. This has to be more than just a random happenstance. There's a deeper connection here, a lineage that ties Tanjiro to the very origins of the Demon Slayer core. If Tanjiro truly is a descendant of Yoriichi, it would explain his natural talent, his unwavering spirit, and his uncanny ability to connect with demons, especially his sister Nezuko. He wouldn't just be fighting demons, he'd be carrying the torch of his ancestor, continuing the legacy of the legendary Yoriichi. How did Yoriichi's techniques survive after all this time? Why was his lineage kept secret? And what does it mean for Tanjiro's future? Only time will tell if our theories hold any weight, but one thing's for sure. The possibility of Tanjiro being a descendant of the first Demon Slayer is just too epic to ignore. Let's shift gears from Demon Slayers and journey to a world of heroes and villains. With Now, we all know Shoto Todoroki is one cool customer, literally, with his ice and fire powers. But what if his dual nature makes him something more than just a powerful hero? What if Shoto Todoroki is the key to breaking the cycle of hatred that's plagued hero society for generations? Now, I know that sounds like a lot to put on a teenager with daddy issues, but hear me out. Shoto's entire character arc has been about reconciling the two sides of his quirk. The fire that represents his father's ambition, and the ice that symbolizes his mother's pain. But what if this internal struggle is actually a metaphor for the greater conflict between heroes and villains? What if Shoto, by embracing both sides of himself, can find a way to bridge the gap between these two seemingly opposing forces? Think about it. Shoto is the living embodiment of both sides of this conflict. He understands the darkness that can fester in the pursuit of power, thanks to his father Endeavor. But he also embodies the compassion and selflessness that define true heroism, thanks to his mother's unwavering love. As Shoto continues to grow, both in terms of power and emotional maturity, he's uniquely positioned to change the very definition of what it means to be a hero. He can challenge the established order, questioning the methods and motivations of those in power. He can show the world that there's another way, a way to fight for justice without perpetuating the cycle of hatred and violence. Imagine a world where heroes and villains aren't locked in an endless battle, but instead work together to address the root causes of crime and injustice. If Shoto can overcome his own internal conflict, who's to say he can't inspire others to do the same? He could be the catalyst for a new era of heroism, one that prioritizes empathy and understanding over brute force. And honestly, that's a future I can definitely get behind. Now let's dive into the blood-soaked, devil-infested world of, we all know Denji, our favorite chainsaw-wielding devil hunter, is driven by some pretty basic desires. Food, a roof over his head, and maybe a girlfriend, or three. But what if those desires are part of a larger commentary, a scathing critique of the society he lives in? Hold on to your hats, because we're about to explore the theory that Denji's struggles in are a metaphor for the harsh realities of capitalism. Think about it. Denji starts the story in crippling poverty, drowning in debt, and forced to take on life-threatening jobs just to survive. He's exploited, abused, and treated as disposable by those in power. Sound familiar? That's the reality for countless people living under late-stage capitalism. The endless grind, the struggle to afford basic necessities, the feeling of being trapped in a system designed to keep you down. It's all too real, both in the anime and in our own world. But the metaphor doesn't stop there. The devils that plague Denji and his fellow hunters represent the very real anxieties and fears that come with living in a capitalist society. The fear of poverty, the fear of failure, the fear of being crushed under the weight of societal expectations. These fears are given monstrous forms, preying on the vulnerable and driving people to desperate measures. Denji's transformation into Chainsaw Man, while totally badass, can be interpreted as a symbol of the dehumanizing effects of capitalism. He literally becomes a tool, a weapon to be wielded by those in power. His agency is stripped away, his desires manipulated, and his very existence commodified. The brilliance of is that it doesn't offer easy answers or simplistic solutions. It holds up a mirror to the dark underbelly of our own world, forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truths about the systems we live under. So the next time you see Denji battling a giant, terrifying devil, remember that it might be more than just a cool fight scene. And there you have it, 5 anime theories that just might change how you view these beloved shows. From secret bloodlines to time travel shenanigans and even some thought-provoking social commentary, the world of anime is full of surprises. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome anime content. And don't forget to let me know in the comments which theory you found the most mind-blowing. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to read your comments.